Hello, I'm Tim Wells. I'm the Global Product Manager here at Ferno. I'm over the NX project, which is our latest release as far as a patient transport device. And we've got a few questions here from Reddit, so I want to go through these questions. The first one is from Ferno. There's 4 questions here, and I'm going to read them and answer them one at a time. The first one is, being from upstate New York, where we have brutal winters, salt in the roads and sidewalks, torrential downpours in the spring, blazing and humid summers, I'm wondering how the NX will do. We tested this in all different weather conditions. When we did our field trials, we were all over the country. We were in areas where it would rain, and we were also in areas where we were in heavy snow, a brutally cold winter. One area I know, when I was on the ride-alongs myself in the field trials, it was negative 20 plus below. So it was very cold. We saw the snow conditions, we saw the salt conditions. In a couple other areas, we saw a lot of the rain conditions. So the NX handled it well. Everything went well. Didn't see any issues with it, and it's a very good contract using these conditions. Second questions from Ferno is, how waterproof are all the electronic buttons and functions? The NX has been rated to an IP56 rating. The 5 is a dust rating, particle rating. The 6 is the water rating. So basically, it's waterproof for downpours. It can be cleaned by using a pressure washer. And so you can take care of it if you need to, and don't have to worry about water getting into places or even dust if you're in a sandy condition area as well. Are the motors protected being splashed with salty slush? Yes, the motors are protected. They're in a housing, so they don't have to worry about getting the salt in there. But we also did a salt ingress test, a salt fog test with the product, where we actually put it in a room, and salt fog was put into the room. And we wanted to see how the unit would react with it, and it reacted very positively to the test. So it passed the test. Last question from Ferno. If the parts begin to rust, as all do after the years, how easy are they to be replaceable by your local stretchy handyman, or need to be sent out? That's a little bit more difficult question, because it depends on what part it is. But most of the parts on here can be replaced by the person at the site, at the EMS service. We've tried to make this unit as much as we can to where the parts can be replaced by the service. So for the most part, you don't need to go out and have the unit sent out. We also have a service company that can come out and do it, or we can do cot care training at your site as well. The next question is from Croc 7887. Where is the storage for a cardiac monitor on a stretcher? Also, is there any bag or storage for big oxygen bags and medic bags? I usually store them in the undercarriage. That's a great question. We have a full line of storage capabilities. One of those is a head hook that would sit in the back here for the defib. You can hook the defib over it. There's also a position underneath the backrest where you can put the defib. We also have a stow net that will go in this area here, so you can put your bags, put the defib on if you want to. Last but not least, as far as bags go, there are 2 stow nets that will fit between the legs, storage nets, so that if you have a smaller bag on the one end, you can fit smaller bags like an oxygen bag, and if you have bigger bags, you can put them down this end. If you want to mount for these units, like a monitor or a defib, we have the Pack Rack Plus. I'm going to grab it here. Pack Rack Plus mounts onto the NX. Slides into position. The nice thing about the Pack Rack Plus is that when you have a patient on it, when you need to move the patient over, you can actually open up one of the legs. Either side opens up the same way. You can slide the patient across. When you're done, put it back into place and lock it in place. It folds up easy for storage to fit in a side compartment or underneath the squad bench. The last question is from Wooler Wizard. What is the weight of the stretcher? What patient weighs to raise it for? And most importantly, what sort of maintenance will the stretcher require? If a motor or something fails, how difficult will it be to repair? The weight of the stretcher is 182 pounds. The patient weight it's rated for is 700 pounds. And that's 700 pounds from the lowest position all the way to the highest position. So it can be used to load and unload, no problems. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about needing assistance. It can lift up 700 pounds without assistance. The nice thing, a feature about this is You also, if you're going over a small obstacle, you don't need to worry about going over those obstacles and holding all the weight at one time. What I can do is, I'll demonstrate here, is by pulling out the handles. If I had a small obstacle like a curb, I can lower the unit down until I get a good ergonomic position on it. Press the minus button, the back leg goes up. Press the plus button, the back leg goes down. So if I'm going over an obstacle, I hit the minus button, have the leg come up, I go over that obstacle, and then press the plus button when I'm on the opposite side. That'll allow me to get over obstacles. As far as the repairs, as I mentioned earlier, depending on the type of repair, a lot of the repairs on this unit can be done by the EMS service themselves. They can be COT care trained, or we have a service provider that can do the repairs. Thank you for your questions. If you have any more questions, please feel free to send their questions to Ferno. We'd be more than happy to answer them on another Reddit answer round. Thank you.